Hello to my gorgeous unicorns. Welcome to Unicorn Wellness Studio. Consider this your tour of your online wellness center. I'm just going to go through the basics of your membership, some most frequently asked questions, and just point out the stops along the way. But always, as a question comes up, you can find me in our private Facebook group. You can reach me by tagging me here in the private community group on the website, and you can always DM me on Instagram, Tandy_Gutierrez. So you're never alone. If you've got a question, ask. That is the hallmark of Unicorn Wellness Studio. It is an online offering since 2013, but that does not mean cold, that does not mean distant, and that does not mean no customer service. There is a beautiful community that is often very capable of answering your questions, loves to be supportive of our new members, and I am always here for you. Part of your membership is that you are getting a personal trainer and that you are getting support and expertise in both the science-based aspect, a wellness-based aspect, as well as a spiritual-based aspect. So don't be a stranger. I love to answer questions. I am genuinely here to help. We launched an online offering when it wasn't cool to do so that I could be of more service and more use to people all over the globe. So welcome. I'm really happy you're here. For your membership, the only thing you ever have to do is just press play. The big thing of Unicorn Wellness Studio is that it takes down on decision fatigue, and it is meant to as closely replicate a one-on-one personal training experience with me as possible, as if I were coming to your home to train you on the daily. It is surprisingly personal once you get into the practice. So all you ever have to do is just press play. When you come into your membership, you'll go to that current month. You will see all of your videos there for the full month. They each have a date on them that runs for 3 days at a time. You will do that video for those 3 days, so on and so forth. Nice and simple. Half of those videos in your membership have a prop with them, and every once in a while there's more than one prop. If you're going to make a home here at this wellness studio, you will need and want the props in the long term. However, if you don't have them yet, it's not in the budget to add them to your life just yet, that's okay. Stick with the video that doesn't have a prop, or go forward through the videos until you find one that does. We keep things really low key, not complicated. And again, if you ever get confused, just ask. Okay, so your workouts in Unicorn Wellness Studio are a 4-week training cycle. Now, this is where the fitness science, the practical, meets the spiritual and magical and astrological. So a 4-week training cycle is overlaid with the lunar cycles of the new and the full moon each month. So that means 2 weeks out of the month, your movement patterns ask a medium amount of effort from you on the mat. 1 week out of the month, the week of the full moon, asks the most out of your effort in a given month. And the week of the new moon is the sweetest week. It is our member favorite. It is our constructive rest week in accordance to the new moon for restoration and self-care. Now, the coolest part of this overlay is when you hire a personal trainer, you're actually hiring them to macro micro cycle your movement patterns so that you continue to get results, so that your body rests at appropriate times and pushes at appropriate times in order to get results. More mobility, more flexibility, more strength, more body balance, right? And so what I've done is take that 4-week cycle and overlay it with the actual lunar energies at play. Every single one of your 30-minute movement patterns, your workouts and your stretch series in your membership is written in accordance to the current astrology, specifically the lunar cycles where the moon is and the solar cycles where the sun is. This is the bit of magic that really has people sticking to this for longer periods of time than they ever have anything else, because we're working with the energies at play from a collective level, as well as how they affect your personal astrological natal chart. Plus, it's just good fitness science to work in a 4-week training cycle, okay? All right. Checking my notes so that I take you through the tour. We're not missing anything here. Every video is a mixed level video. This is one of the most asked questions. I do not teach a beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Why? Because bodies are not one thing. Bodies are all a mixture of beginner, intermediate, advanced. Even if you don't know the language of the workouts yet and the variations, you will, okay? So it's just gonna take time. But a mixed level class allows you to just listen to the cueing, do as much as you can, skip what you need to, and continue to come back. This is a practice and not a perfect. And this method allows you to approach things that you might think are too hard that you won't be able to do. It'll have you popping into things that you're like, I didn't think I'd be able to do that, right? This also keeps those of us who consider ourselves advanced practitioners from getting a big ego about things. The basic work is still the real work. You just get to go deeper. They're foundational pieces. So we don't put labels on things around here. You come to the mat, you listen, you start to create a dialogue and a language and communication with your vessel. And I promise you, this is the magic of Unicorn Wellness. If you will make a home here, give it that 30, 60, 90 days, because that's how habits form in humans, right? And just do as much as you can. It creates a whole new experience with your wellness and your self-care that really is unlike any other offering out there. There's no other offering like this one. And it does take some trust, right? And you're like, okay, I'm just going to trust what she says and the members that are there because it seems to be working for people. It really does. So just lean into it. Do as much as you can. Skip what you need to. Don't go poking back and forth in the videos so much, because there is a training cycle. There is a method to the madness. And if you will just do things in order at a slow pace, I'm all about tiny and mighty. This is how true transformation, true healing, and true wellness occur. Okay? So there is an element of trust. Next, we said that the dates are on the videos. Don't skip around in them because it really will affect the training cycle. But here's what you can do. If you ever feel like, I just don't have it in me today to do a strength workout, you may always swap out for the new moon series. Now, every month you'll see titles of new moon something and full moon something. The new moon are your constructive rest cycles. They're stretch videos. So I would much rather you be on the mat, log your time, keep up with your practice for your stress, for your anxiety levels, for your self-care management, rather than skipping it. You're really getting the majority of the benefits out of stretching. And so it will carry you a very long ways to not miss out on getting on the mat, okay? Half of your videos each month will ask you to use a prop, right? And so if you don't have the prop yet, you can add to it as you need to or as you allow. You will either stick with the video that doesn't have a prop or skip ahead to one that doesn't have a prop. You will want them over time. And I think I'm repeating that, but it comes up so much that it's really important. The big deal about the props on the mat is that I am facilitating a very high-end training experience for you in your home with minimal props. They're all $20 or under, and they will last you maybe not a lifetime. A couple of them might need to be replaced if you're my diehards out there with me every day for years, but they last a really long time. So I'm about value and efficiency and really getting you bang for your buck out of your practice, okay? So bodies who have a cycle, a menstruation cycle still, this question comes up so much for our members on the mat. There's a lot of, because we're working with the lunar cycles, it's not specific to your personal moon cycle, okay? So if you do still have a menstruation cycle, whether you bleed at the new moon or the full moon, I always recommend that you take a couple days off, whatever works with your vessel. I take 3 to 4 days off. That's what I do. And then just hop back in when you're ready to go. Or if you're feeling like, I don't need to drop out, but I am not feeling the regular cycle of things here, you can always swap out the video of the day for a new moon stretch. The new moon stretches are always titled with new moon in them, so you can go to either of those. Again, this is a key spot where if you're like, that sounded confusing, or you forget, you'll just ask me again at some point and I'll point you in the right direction, okay? In your library, you will see all of your workouts for the month, right? And if you scroll down, you will then see a section for your meditation, your new and full moon tarot readings, as well as your new and full moon energy forecasts. Now, these are pieces for you to utilize as you see fit in your cycle, in your life, and in your practice. So there are dates on the tarot readings and the moon energy forecasts for when it's best to listen to them, but anytime in the month will offer value, will offer insight. This is really Mother Nature's version of a life coach to work with the lunar energies. There are journaling prompts and channeled information there for us to navigate the energies best as humanly possible in this lifetime. You also have your guided meditation there, and I say that it's a guided meditation. It is. It's also really an energetic healing. So it is Reiki healing by proxy if you are open to receive, okay? You only need to be open to receive. If you'd like to state that in your head or out loud before you embark on it, you're welcome to. And if you're like, I don't get into that just yet, I just want to meditate, great. These meditations are specifically written for the energies at play within that month cycle. So they are unique and they are timely. Best practices for that meditation is 4 to 7 times a week, just as it is with your workouts. However, with your workouts and the meditation, if you're starting from 0, don't overwhelm yourself. Aim to get on the mat 2 times a week. Aim to meditate 2 times a week. Do that 3 weeks in a row. On that 4th week, if you feel like, I'd really like it to be 3 days a week that I practice, add a 3rd day. Do that for 3 weeks. Then if you want to add another day, you add another day on the 4th week. See where I'm going here? So again, it's tiny and mighty. It's incremental. It builds over time. And this is what creates a practice that sticks rather than the feast or the famine or the 30-day crash and then the fall off, okay? Here it really is about a lifetime and a long game story. So there's no shame. If you fall off the mat, you fall off the meditation wagon, you know exactly where to come. You just come back and press play. Super simple. So if you keep scrolling in your library underneath your meditation and your tarot and your moon energy forecast, you will find a little box that says extras. And they're exactly that. They're things you don't need to be using as a member, but they're gifts there for you. There is a full foam roller warm-up there. So over time, you may feel like, I really love the foam roller. It does wonders for my lymphatic system. It's what really wakes me up. It creates more mobility, more hydration in the vessel. And for those of us living with autoimmune issues, it's really magical on the body. I tend to always warm up with the foam roller, even if it's like 2 minutes of some quick rolling before I hop on the mat. So this is extra. It is not necessary. If it resonates with you and it calls to you, it's there for you to use anytime as a warm-up. Or if you're like, again, I just can't press play today, I just really love the foam roller warm-up, do the foam roller warm-up, okay? In that extra section, you also have recipes of mine. They're all gluten-free. They're mostly dairy-free. They are paleo-based. There's over 300 recipes there. You also have access to a version of my 41-day food reset. You can also find that food reset in the Unicorn Wellness Handbook. You'll need to order that on Amazon, but there is a member version for you to use online. 41-day food reset is all about cracking your food code. So if cleaning up your food and really working to squelch, is that the right word? Your, inflammation in the vessel and take your healing to another level, it is there. The language and the story of food is so big and so much more than this video really can offer. But again, if you reach out to the private Facebook group or the private community group here on the website or to me, I'm happy to talk you through it when the time is right for that and it resonates with you. Under the extras, there's also directions on how to set up and access your mobile app for your mobile devices and your membership here. And under that are links to podcasts that I've done if you want to get to know me and my work at a deeper level, or some other aspects of me or the work. It's out in the universe and out in the world, and there for you to delve into. Under that in your library, there's a little section called member benefits. And this year in particular, we'll be adding new benefits each month for our members. And they're just that. They are discounts and coupon codes and extras, not only for things on Unicorn Wellness or from me, but from members of our blessing group. These are other practitioners, healers, makers in the world that I know and trust. And there are benefits to working with them. Again, little gifts, discount codes, really amazing things from people that I truly love and work with both personally and professionally throughout the community. If you ever have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. And if you have issues, injuries, tight bits, funky parts, diagnosed or undiagnosed in the vessel or the body that you just want help with, healing, making better, or you feel that they're preventing you from the work on the mat, reach out. I have a signature series of movement patterns called Healing Protocols, and these are the culmination of my over 20 years of coaching. As a Pilates instructor, so much of my career has been with injured vessels, and the healing process is what I love best, whether it's energetic, whether it's physical, whether it's mental or emotional. But the healing protocols seriously work like magic to make progress in things where nothing else has. That's a big and a bold statement, but it's very true. So if there's issues with the neck, with the shoulders, with your mid back, with your low back, with your hips, glute firing patterns, knees or feet or wrists, the healing protocols is absolutely for you. So you can reach out to me about that, or in the group. I'll get you the right information for it, and you all have, as a member, a discount to purchase it. It's also available to non-members, okay? So this concludes your tour of your Unicorn Wellness membership. I hope you love it here. I'm super excited and grateful that you have made the leap to trust me with your vessel and with your practice. This is a community effort. It is energetics that circle through all of us who are getting on the mat together all over the world since 2013. So I cannot wait to make magic with you and your self-care.